Welcome everybody to another episode of Savage Cash. Here with me, Superman, your superhero of cryptocurrency and Mr. Technical Difficulty today. It seems that I've had real problems getting live. I seem like I'm live right now, so hopefully you can hear me as well, because I've tried this twice. Yes, you can hear me. You can hear me absolutely fine. Fantastic. So, in today's episode, I am going to be telling you about 3 cryptocurrencies due to rise today. So if you're excited to hear about those cryptocurrencies, then essentially smash up the likes, give us a like spike in excitement and appreciation for bringing you the information. I'm going to be explaining 3 cryptocurrencies due to rise, why, what they are, and what's investable about them. So if you're excited to learn about that, smash the like. Also, if you haven't yet, I am just on the cusp of 100,000 subscribers, so smash that subscribe button as well, because I jolly well can't wait to get to 100,000. So, what is happening at the moment? So, it looks like yesterday I went through a whole diatribe as to why the prices seemed like they were going down, and in fact, it was explained during the course of me going live that it was actually because CoinMarketCap removed Korean exchange prices without warning, and this had like a negative effect on the values of cryptocurrencies. Okay, so a lot of them went down. A lot of them have recovered since, but CoinMarketCap essentially didn't tell people this was happening, and they only announced it kind of hours later during me being live, and then of course it made complete sense. But you know, looking at the prices today, you know, Bitcoin certainly is nowhere near the 17,000 that it was at, and looked like it was going up to, you know, the 20s and then subsequently the 30s. But it was just kind of left down in the dumps. The problem, I guess, or what was removed has not been added back. So what we're seeing is prices against yesterday's prices. So I think a lot of cryptocurrencies have recovered. Icon doing exceptionally well. Neo doing exceptionally well at $120. Some others, you know, there are quite a few that are having kind of double figure growth. Verge is going back to roughly where it was before, having, you know, suffered a bit of an underwhelming reaction from the community and from the cryptocurrency community as a whole. And there are others that are also doing quite well today. Dragon Chain, I'll tell you more about that in a minute. Digibot is doing well. I've no idea why. Dent's doing really well as well. I will be speaking about Dent at some point in the future. Wax is doing extremely well. I'll be telling you more about that as well. Kyber's doing good. You know, I remember when Kyber Network was at about 80 cents after the crash in September, and now it's gone right back up. There was another one that came into the top 100. I think it was called Medi something. Mediblog. Look at that, 119% gain, and it's gotten into the top 70 cryptocurrencies. What else? What else? Robinhood, $1.14. I remember when this was 8 cents. I got this at 4 cents, and it has gone up dramatically since that point. Deep Brain Chain, I think, is a cryptocurrency I bought the other day at 29 cents. I think Deep Brain Chain is good for the long term. Deep Brain Chain is being added to Huobi this week, so hence the reason for the price spike. Packcoin is still in the top 100. I don't know why or how, but it's still there. And Red Pulse has just squeezed into the top 100 with 70 cents. I told you about this when it was 30 cents, literally the other day. What else is happening in the news? Well, it would seem that the much-loved messaging app for the cryptocurrency community, Telegram, is going to be running their own ICO, a multi-million-dollar ICO. Now, this has happened recently with another messaging app called Kik Messenger that has 300 million users, and Kin has, in my opinion, been a humongous flop. Most cryptocurrencies will grow from the point that it entered the market, but having said that, it's still, in my opinion, a massive flop, considering the size of the social network. Let me just have a quick check and see what's going on. There we are. Normal service has been resumed. So having a look at what's going on with this Telegram ICO, because it's not been launched yet, it's just talks of it. at the moment. So what they're saying is that an ICO could come as soon as March. But what they're saying is Telegram is understood to be considering raising as much as 500 million in just the pre-ICO sale, and then 3 billion to 5 billion during the actual sale, which I think means that it's going to have a humongous supply. Now, humongous supply coins aren't doing too terribly at the moment, but I am not a fan of cryptocurrencies with enormous supply. So there's every likelihood this will have a large supply, even though it's a well-used social network in cryptocurrency where if you want to really be part of a community and understand what's happening in the community, Telegram is where you would go to within the community. So it looks like it could be a really hot ICO and actually signaling what's going to happen next. So if Telegram are doing it, who else are going to do it? Is WeChat going to do it? Is WhatsApp going to do it? Is Facebook? Is Twitter? Is Google? You know, what else is to come in the cryptocurrency game? From companies that are huge that are not currently, you know, having a tradable or even usable cryptocurrency. So this is a good sign of things to come, but I'm not necessarily getting the sense that the Telegram ICO is going to be hot. Talking of ICOs, there is also BitConnect X. This is going to be coming out in the next kind of 24 hours. Within the next 24 hours, this is going to be open. Now, as far as I'm concerned, there is no actual proof what this is going to be. There's no actual proof this is going to be what people are purporting it to be, but the most common guess is that BitConnect X is going to be an exchange. So if we just have a look at the BitConnect roadmap, which is oddly enough not on the BitConnect website, actually says what the roadmap is for the coming year when it eventually loads. And what they said for May 2018 is that they would be creating a decentralized fiat exchange. Okay, so there's every likelihood that this is exactly what they are bringing out. Now, very recently, they have had a cease and desist order from Texas Securities. Now, this comes not very long after they had a very similar type of order from the UK. So, you know, it looks like it's all kind of falling down for BitConnect, if I'm honest with you. I'm not sure if BitConnect X is meant to be some kind of exit point, or if it's meant to be a continuation of the business, if the lending goes to pot, or if they're actually kind of using an ICO to bring more money into BitConnect so that they can pay, you know, all the millions that are using BitConnect. So I don't know. There's so much mystery. In a way, I love it, because when I do, you know, stuff on YouTube and stuff, like for instance tomorrow, which I'll talk to you more about, I like to use suspense because it's really, really cool. And I think that they are doing very similar. They're building up the suspense. They're making you think, what is this going to be? But I'm personally not investing in it. Now, BitConnect was one of the biggest growers last year. In fact, I think it was the second biggest grower completely of last year, if you had invested in an ICO stage. But having said that, I still could not get involved in this, just like I couldn't get involved in Etherland. I just don't want to be attached to anything involving BitConnect personally, particularly when you've got these kind of warning signs where you've got, you know, articles from the Next Web saying it could be game over for BitConnect. Okay, so it's just touchy. I mean, it's been working for people and people have made money, and that's great, but how much longer will it last? These schemes tend to pay out nicely at first, but over the course of time, that is when you test it. And at the moment, it's just on very tetchy ground. So there we are, Marble Edge. Also, if you guys are on Steam, be sure to check out my son's first Steemit article. I could not believe he did it. I was just researching this morning on Steemit, because I tend to use Steemit as a bit of a research tool, and I just came across it. He wrote it 17 hours ago. It's only short, but it's so cool. So be sure to upvote that. If you've been following me on Twitter, then you will see that I have made a little bit of a teaser tweet. Okay, so I have said already, something frigging epic is coming in tomorrow's episode. You do not want to miss it. Now, I can't tell you what that is. All I can say is that you will enjoy it and you will not want to miss it. So be here or be Crypto Nick. Essentially a dickhead. Right, so next item on the agenda, and the main item on the agenda, is what are these 3 coins? So if anybody is subscribed to the Palm Beach report, you will have seen that 3 cryptocurrencies have been mentioned as potential short-term trades. Okay, now these cryptocurrencies, I think a lot of people have invested in for the long term. So a lot of people, I think, looking at the aftermath of the reaction from the Palm Beach report, is that they don't agree with what has been said. But the 3 that have been mentioned are DragonChain.com, Quantum, which is one that many people have been asking me to cover, and today you get your wish. And then Wax. This is another one of those cryptocurrencies that are due for a short-term pump. And as you could see on CoinMarketCap, it has actually pumped. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to explain essentially what these are in a nutshell, because I think this is important. If you want to make a decision based on the Palm Beach report, or if you want to actually make a long-term investment based on being told that these are relatively good cryptocurrencies, then you can make that decision based on what I'm going to tell you right now. So let me just make sure that everything's okay on the live stream. Everything still appears to be okay. It's just my computer which appears to be going slow. So at number 3, I am going to talk about Wax. Okay, let me just make sure that you can still hear me and everything. It will appear so. By the way, guys, make sure you smash up the likes. There's not enough likes. In fact, to be honest, there's not enough people watching the thing. So, you know, which is pretty odd. But anyway, let's get away from that. So, Wax. What is Wax? Essentially, Wax is a marketplace for Opskin gamers to buy and sell items. So basically, Opskin is a marketplace. It's basically where you can buy, like, skins for gaming. Okay, so if you play, like, League of Legends or any of these other kind of League of Legends-esque games. I don't play them, so I wouldn't know. If you play any of these, then essentially you would traditionally use Opskin to buy and sell items. Now, Wax is essentially a marketplace so that people can create their own marketplaces to sell or buy items from. Okay, so that is essentially what Wax is. So it will serve, or serves, a community of 400 million plus online gamers who actually transact these skins, these shields, these weapons for online gaming. And it can be done via a widget. The buying and selling can be done via a widget. So really, the whole point of it is to establish ease, trust, and security in online purchasing. That is why they have got this marketplace now, essentially to be the kind of trustworthy way for online gamers to be able to buy without there being any risk, I suppose, of money being lost in the process, being hacked in the process, or just fundamentally being swindled in the process. So at the moment, from what I have gathered from their website, they have only listed 4 founders and 4 advisors. But these advisors appear to be on a superstar level. They have got excellent experience, and I'll take you through that in a little bit when I look at the team page. But the founders are from Opskin, and they have now created Wax to sit on top of Opskin to support Opskin and enable the buying and selling of items better. Okay, so at the moment in circulation, there's 1.8 billion tokens, and it's at a $1.79 value. Okay, per token. And this has reached an all-time high of $5.01. So there is the potential for it to achieve a similar market cap that it had before. A similar token price that it had before. So when you look at where it has been to where it is right now, there looks like there's room for growth, particularly because this is a new cryptocurrency. So there is every likelihood this could grow as a result of the Palm Beach report. But again, it's up to you. I think that the supply is really high, and I think that given the price, I think also this could have been overvalued. But that's just my personal opinion. In at number 2, Dragon Chain. Now, Dragon Chain, there is a massive community circulating around Dragon Chain. There's been so many people saying, Superman, cover Dragon Chain, cover Dragon Chain. So I'm going to do it. So what is Dragon Chain? Dragon Chain is essentially a blockchain platform. It's a bit like, you know, Cardano and EOS, right? Blockchain services. And it was previously backed, previously owned by Disney, but now the two entities have separated and now Dragon Chain are on their own. So essentially what they do is they provide blockchain and smart contract solutions for multi-billion-dollar businesses, multi-billion-dollar niches across business, basically. So it's an e-commerce solution, all right? But they're targeting automotive, they're targeting arts, they're targeting digital, targeting food and drink. So they are looking to be a kind of holistic blockchain and smart contract services company for these industries. And what they also offer, which is what makes it more, I guess what differentiates it from the Cardanos and from the EOSs and from the Ethereums and Neos, is that they offer project incubation. Okay, so they take people in looking to create blockchain businesses or looking to incorporate blockchain somehow. They incubate the teams and then they help launch the blockchain for businesses. Now there are 9 people in the team and there are advisors. So when you look on the website, I think there's about 6 that are actually listed, but I looked on LinkedIn and there were 3 additionals, plus there are advisors. Now the advisors have superstar experience. So one is senior in Xbox, one is very senior at Starbucks, and another was very senior in the FBI. So a very experienced and broad mix of advisors there. Now, when it comes to supply, it's 433 million, which in my opinion is like a sweet spot for total supply, and 238 million is the circulating supply. So that is, again, a sweet spot. Okay, so I would say that this has pumped quite a lot from where it was. So about a month and a half ago, this was at under $1. Now it's at nearly $5. Okay, so this has pumped quite a lot. So the multipliers aren't there. This is really, it would seem, a kind of short-term, 10, 20, 50% profit maybe. And then maybe they anticipate it going back down. But a lot of people are seeing Dragon Chain as an extension of the competitors against Ethereum and Neo. So this is like following in the kind of Cardano field. So quite a good cryptocurrency. A building cryptocurrency. I like building cryptocurrencies. So again, Dragon Chain. Relatively new, but it has pumped already. And at the moment, I think it's at an all-time high anyway. Number 1. Quantum. So this is one I have not yet covered and I'm going to cover today and try and explain it as best possible because it's not the easiest cryptocurrency to explain. So Quantum is essentially a hybrid cryptocurrency. It kind of incorporates the Bitcoin blockchain, Bitcoin transactions, the Bitcoin core, I suppose, and it's hybrid with Ethereum smart contracts and virtual machines. Virtual machines is how you create decentralized apps amongst other kind of functions that it provides. So it's being a mix between of the currency Bitcoin and how it's transacted and the building I guess functionality of Ethereum. So it's a building cryptocurrency, so that puts it in Neo League, Ethereum League, and now soon to be Steam League. So essentially cryptocurrencies that enable other businesses to build software, to build apps, and to build smart contracts, okay? So they have smart contracts enabled between the end user and the business. And also, because it is incorporating some of Bitcoin core, it means that as Bitcoin adapts, if it, for instance, adopts Lightning Network, then they can also benefit from that in terms of the faster transaction speeds. Now, they have got a much more established team. These guys have been around a lot longer than the previous two. A team of 18 plus 11 advisors. Now, looking through the team and the advisor list, there is a huge breadth of experience, a huge breadth of expertise as well, which is why there is a lot of confidence in Quantum and why they have achieved $107 at an all-time high. They've got quite low supply. In terms of circulating supply, they're only in the 8 figures, although late 8 figures. And the total supply will only ever make it very, very low, the lowest 9-figure supply you can get. So people are seeing this, again, as a long-term coin, but this has pumped dramatically in the last few months when it was more of a single-figure coin. Now it's gone right up. So But at least you know now what quantum is, so you can make a decision. Personally speaking, I'm not getting involved in any of them. As far as I'm concerned, the opportunity to get involved was much before this point. It was way before this point. So this is essentially for the short-term gains. And of course, if you're in the Palm Beach report, you've already made some pretty good short-term gains. And of course, what happens is that people cash out. So there is the potential to get burnt down the way. So these are what is looked at as hot right now. So let me know, guys, in the comments, what do you think is hot right now? I'd be keen to know, especially in the absence of my computer working fast today. Let's have a look and see what you guys are saying. Let's see any questionitos. Everything's going so slow. Engine, Dragon Chain. Lots of people are liking Dragon Chain. See, man, nice thumbnail. I like it too. Yes, somebody made it for me, and I just kind of cut out the bit that had me in it. It was like me and Lewis Lane. I cut out the bit that had me and put it in the thingamajiggy. B3, I think, is rebranding today. Lots of people love B3 in my chat. It's basically probably the most shilled cryptocurrency in my chat. So it's just something one has to live with. I do like B3 coin. A lot of people say that it's a shit coin. If it's a shit coin, it's certainly solid gold shit, in my personal opinion. Wax in your hair and... Funny bass. Funny bass. Yes, Digibyte. What do you think of Expire, Superman? I like the look of it. I think that it's one of those really credible cryptocurrencies. One of those like Populous. I see it kind of in that league. It could be a superstar cryptocurrency, so I like it. I like it a lot. And of course, it's got my old boy. It's got Shingo Levine in it, so it's always on to a winner when you got Shingo in the team. QuantStamp. Michelle Williams, who will always be, thankfully, in one of my live streams. Today I've got low viewing figures. Disappointing. Disappointing. Let's hope not for tomorrow, because tomorrow's going to be epic. Come on, come on. Let's see how QuantStamp's doing. 68. Nice, QuantStamp. Nice. You're doing well. You're doing well. I like QuantStamp. Very unique in the field. I like auditing companies. I like auditing generally, actually. I think that it's quite a difficult thing to do, and bring it into the cryptocurrency space. I just think it's so sexy. Really love it. Really love it. Nulls. People are always saying nulls. Nulls. Nulls what? Somebody's just super chatting me. What was that? It disappeared straight away. Check out Neutron. Why do people always... Neutron is just... I don't know what to say about Neutron. Don't want to put it down, but at the same time, it's done really well. I mean, I invested in this once upon a time at 9 cents and rode it for quite a high. I think that they've had recent changes. I think that's what's really doing well for it. But so I think it could probably do with an updated review on it. Smart Mesh. Smart Mesh is something that I am quite interested to cover. So let me know if you guys want me to cover Smart Mesh. Civic's doing well. You know, $1.07, about bloody time. This languished forever in, well, it has gone higher, obviously. But during the real boom period. But this was at 20 cents for just too long. Will it achieve $30 this year? It could, but you've got the likes of the key and self-key, and, you know, it's not necessarily looking as unique as it did. So we'll just have to wait and see. Thoughts on WePower? Interesting, just very early to say. Very, very early to say the state of play on WePower. Obviously, I think that this is probably one of the better future competitors to Power Ledger, because obviously people have said, oh, KBH coin, and others have said, is it KBH or KWH? I can't remember. And people have also said Sun Contract, but Sun Contract's inferior, really. It's just a kind of Me Too. It's not got the level of expertise behind it. I just wanted to actually show you the teams behind these guys. So if I just show you Dragon Chain firstly, because I thought the team looked quite all right for Dragon Chain. See what else people are saying whilst I'm waiting. Tradove. Notification didn't come through today. That's probably what it is. That's probably what it is. Damn it. Fucking YouTube. Anyway, so we've got a real superstar advisor list here. So we've got co-founder of Xbox, former assistant director of FBI, VP of payments at Starbucks. Never heard of this. Gambit. Block I've never heard of either, but I presume that it's got some level of credibility. And these guys look okay as well. These guys aren't too bad. Some of them have worked at big multinational companies. Who was one of them? This guy here, obviously the founder. And there was somebody who was previously listed on this team page. They're no longer, but they were also kind of a superstar in what they did. Wax have a small team, like I said. Just kind of four in the team are put down here. And they seem to be in management. So CEO, COO, and president. And then you've got a lead designer here. And then you've got, you know, some advisors. But you've got the Call of Duty creator and developer. Founder of Interplay. World of Warcraft executive, former CEO. And founder and CEO of the Bread Wallet. Unlucky, mate. Then we got Quantum. Now, Quantum have also got some real superstar advisors. Okay, so they've got a humongous team that seem to be a kind of mix of Eastern and Western. And then you've got the backers. So you've got Roger Ver, who everybody knows, obviously. CEO of Kcoin, Bo Shen. He's a well-known investor. Co-founder of Augur. Founder of Ethereum. CEO at Jax. He's obviously not the founder of Ethereum, because that's Charles Hoskin. Vitalik Buterin. But he was one of the founders at Ethereum, obviously, apparently. And CEO at Jax Wallet. So, huge names in the kind of backers field. So we can see why they have achieved a hell of a lot of value and gone into being a three-figure coin. So, interesting, interesting. Any last questions? Just before it gets too dark. It's getting really dark now, even with the light. The light can't save me. Thoughts on Sonam? Sonam's interesting. This supercomputer, this fog computing thing. I quite like new things. You know, you've heard of cloud. Lots of people are doing cloud, like Daddy and all that, doing cloud. But this fog, interesting. I like the sound of it. It's kind of like different, but relatively similar. Lambden has gone up recently. I think it's not a light. People are saying buy a light. Lots of people have always said buy a light. And considering how much money I've made in cryptocurrency, you'd think that, you know, probably single figures or maybe even early double figures to buy a light would be affordable. But with the setup the way it is, there's nowhere a light could be without it being a problem. So that's why I don't have a light and why I always go live early. Obsidian, no, I like Obsidian. Obsidian is essentially like Telegram. I am more likely to back Obsidian than I would a Telegram ICO, because Obsidian is a private messenger app, essentially, that's already, that the alpha's already been made for. They've already got a release. I covered this some months ago, and look at it go. Awesome. Well done, Obsidian. Good going, peeps. Good going. I don't know CoinFi. Elf. Don't know what that is. Check out AppCoins. AppCoins is new, I think. AppCoins has just come out on KuCoin or something. So let's have a look at AppCoins. AppCoins is pumping, essentially. Now, they haven't got their circulating supply here, so you can't calculate a market cap. And so, therefore, it's absolutely nowhere to be seen in the top 100. So let me just have a look. Yes, they're on Binance. I think they're being added shortly to KuCoin. I think I might have it right. I've clicked on the cross there. That was very, very naughty. That didn't actually close the ad. Let's see what else people are saying. Internext, yeah. Covered that before. Let's get down to the bottom of the chat. There's a lot of chat. Tron, yes. Will B3 go up? More than likely, but I know a lot of people have got their money still kind of, what's the word? It's not been released yet from the community pool. So I know a lot of that will hold the price a bit, in essence, because there's not going to be so many people selling. Nothing else, really. All boring. Boring. Stop being boring, you lot. Give me some decent questions, please. Forgiveness, please. Let's have a look at Utrust. Oh, get in there. Utrust, mofos. Yes. I've got 1 million Utrust. So essentially, I'm a millionaire just on Utrust. Nice. Nice going, you guys. Nice going, you trust. I think that's it. Peeps. Not a lot else being said here. Except for people just say, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? Boring, boring, boring. Ask me a different question for once. Someone's just said ship chain, but I didn't see the point in ship chain when you've got V-chain, sorry. So what's the point in having another logistics, blockchain-based thing, tracking thing, when you've already got V-chain? There's just no point, in my opinion. You're just getting involved with a big powerhouse. Can you? EOS big news coming. Good. Yes. Well, actually, I was talking about Quantum, and HTML coins are a lot like Quantum, actually, in terms of being a hybrid. So, could be an interesting one for you guys to look at. Anyway, there we are. Merbeledge. So, that is it for today's episode, peeps. Today's probably the worst viewing figures in history for a Superman video, but, you know, sometimes can't win them all. And I will see you next time, peeps. It's lights out, literally nearly, lights out.